Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? Here we go for another show. It's Tuesday already. We're flying through the week. Hopefully, if you have just joined us, you had a brilliant bank holiday weekend, enjoyed Memorial Day over in the States as well, and you are ready to go. If you have just joined us, you've missed a couple of great shows actually. The initial launch of these split space dies that we've got coming up for you, plus a craft along as well. So if you want to go back and watch those, make sure you do. Particularly good if you have got that kitchen collection. Debbie put together a wonderful project a little bit earlier on. But we do have a 2-hour show for you here, mixed with actually the brand new launch, but also some goodies that we brought you last week in a cartload show that you might not have seen, and some deals which we thought, you know what, too good to be true really, so we thought we'd bring them back and highlight those during this show. Talking of great deals as well, before we get into this show, you may not know that over on the website today and tomorrow we've got buy one get one free on a selection of stamps and dies. There are 103 products currently, or there were, unless some have sold out in the last few hours. So if you do get a chance today, get over to the website. Some fantastic deals from ranges like the Kingfisher, Fabulous Fuchsia, in the Gnomes there, Cheers to You collection, lots of great deals. So do have a look and fill up your carts. But stay with us over the course of the next couple of hours, because as I say, this new launch has been very, very popular, and we've had a motorbike in the studio, and we've also had Debbie Robinson's take on this collection, so we thought it might be quite nice to get somebody else's take on this collection, and that somebody else is the amazing Lilly Fletcher. How are you, Lilly?
I am super excited to be here. I am so looking forward to sharing a little bit of inspiration with you with these fantastic stamps and dies. These are just so stylish. They give you a little bit of a modern twist to your creations if you want to use them in that way, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very excited that I can be here sort of tag teaming with our lovely Debbie Robinson and hopefully providing you guys at home with lots of inspiration with this fabulous new launch. And of course, like Ben said, a few sneaky deals along the way as well. Yeah,
we have certainly got some sneaky deals. And actually, I say it's me and Lilly, we've also got a little bit later on Digital Craig on the show. Yeah, which we're looking forward to.
Ooh,
what do you say? Old Craig?
Vintage Craig.
Oh, vintage
Digital
Craig.
Vintage Craig. Stay tuned, guys. It could be anything.
What are we talking about? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Should we get the details up for the showstopper? Here it is. I'll go through it in detail for you as far as what the deal is. But if you do want to go on individuals, you can. Everything's available individually. If you do just want the dies on their own and stamps, you can, of course, just get the collection. The majority of people, I think, have gone for the showstopper, where you get all of the brand new stamps and dies, but also you get a mystery bag for an extra £10 or $15 worth £40 or $56. Now, I did show the content of that bag during the launch show. Do you want me to show it again? I'll put it out there to the masses. Some did, some didn't. It's entirely up to you. So if you do, let me know and I'll show you that in just a little while. But these are those stamps and dies. Something just a little bit different here in the fact that you've got the ability to die cut these amazing creations and then have your sentiment within the middle of that particular creation. Love what Debbie was doing earlier with these as well, creating stunning backgrounds with them, but you know, was making really sort of simple watercolour backgrounds, die cutting these out, popping them on, and then having your sentiment within the middle of the die cut. You obviously get a couple of stamps with each of these, but as we were saying earlier, Lilly, I mean, if you've got loads of sentiments, even like that Just to Say collection, I mean, you can make that split as big as you want, can't you, I guess?
Absolutely, yeah, and I love the fact that you're getting 2 sentiments with every single one of these sets here. There are 5 different die sets, and you can actually mix and match between the sets. So that with love, there you can see it alongside the heart, but of course it could be with the florals, it could be with the butterflies, lots and lots of different options. I have to say, I would not like to work out the maths of how many different options you've got there, but I'm just going to say you've got an awful lot.
An awful lot is what we'll go with.
That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do. You've got just a note in there. You've got congratulations to that beautiful floral bouquet. I love this. The birthday wishes, dream big. Just a really lovely die. And but yes, we were saying earlier on that you could, if you're into your poetry, you could write your own poems in there. Okay. So I came up with a quick poem, which was birthday wishes, do the dishes.
Do the dishes, feed the fishes.
Big fishes. Feed the birthday wishes.
Feed the fishes.
Feed the fishes. Why not?
And do the dishes while you're at it.
Yeah, and do the dishes.
I love the fact that as well with the sentiments, with some of them, the actual wording is kind of pertinent to the image. So with the star, you've got the things like you're a star. With your moon, you've got the dream big, which I think is a really nice quite personalised touch with
We seem to be
creations.
getting really good at that. We've done it for a while now, haven't we? Sort of giving you sentiments that relate to what the collection is or what the die is. So yeah, it's really nice. Dream big. And then lastly, here we go. Case in point again here with the Eurostar. You've got Eurostar and lots of love. Not Eurostar, you're a star. Did you? Well, it could be Eurostar if you wanted. Yeah, you could go to Brussels on Eurostar. This is the mystery bag. Now, I won't show you what else is in here, but you can probably see straight away one of the items.
You can see one of the items quite clearly, can't you?
Yeah. So that's one of the items. There's 5 items in the bag. You're paying an extra £10 or $15 on top of the price of the brand new collection. If you don't want the showstopper, as I said, that collection is available on its own. If you want to see inside the bag, let me know. Few quick hellos and then we'll have a look at some samples with Lily and get into it. We've got Superstar Susie on the socials, and already in is Jeffrey Langley saying, Happy Tuesday, Lord Ben and Great Lady Lily.
Ooh, I like that. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
He also says, hello to this spectacular and outstanding crew. That's Nicola and Jamie, that is. Happy to see the Great Lady Lily and the upcoming Cradle Bagel. Digital, vintage.
Vintage styling.
Vintage.
Not just any old Cradle Bagel, vintage styling.
How far back are we going? That's what I want to know. Oh, 2 years ago. When he was a wee baby. Aye. That's what you sounded like as well. I'm just going to be doing a wee bit of crafting, aye. Margaret says, thank goodness, CTV again. I know, thank goodness, we're back. Shazelle says, hi Ben, Lily and everyone. Not from Dulbrum today. I'm in a wet Stafford instead. Staying at the caravan. I've ordered the split dies. Good work. Zoe Carver says, good evening, everyone. Hello. Big Winner Burn is in. Big Winner Burn. Woo. Carol Byrne, good evening. Hi to Shaddai says, hello, Lord Ben and lovely Lily.
Hello.
Lynn Harvey says, hello once again, Ben, Lily, the amazing team, the wonderful social superstar, Super Susie and everyone.
Hello.
Mary Beth Doyle is in from Minnesota.
Hello.
I love this game. Carolyn Wilson says, it's great to see Lily again from a warm, sunny Florida.
Yoo-hoo.
Pat Demarest says, hi again, everyone, from a beautiful New Jersey.
Hello there.
Jessica Sugar says, good morning, everyone, from a sunny southern Illinois.
Good morning.
And just for now, we'll say hi to Pat Demarest, who says, let's see what's in the goodie bag.
Let's see.
I will show you very shortly, but first, let's see some finished samples with lovely Lily.
Let's do it. Let's have a little look. If you didn't actually tune into the earlier show with Debbie, you wouldn't have seen her amazing demos, but she did demo something a little bit similar to this one, showing how you can actually create your backgrounds with these fantastic dies. I love the fact that you're going to provide that beautiful statement focal point on your cards, but you can see there with this gorgeous sample made by our very talented Bianca. She's actually multiple cut that and actually snipped into it to create that fabulous background. And all those little star embellishments that you can see on there, they're actually the dropout pieces from that die. So lots and lots of options with these fantastic dies. Maybe more into your box making, maybe you like to, perhaps it's going to be handmade chocolates, fudge or jewellery inside there. Cool. You can actually use these on the top of your boxes. You can see with some acetate behind there, we've just laid that over the top. Some of our aqua pens to create that lovely watercolour wash onto there, and that looks absolutely gorgeous but very easy to create with these fabulous stamps and dies. And then finally I thought I'd quickly sneak in one of mine. I have to say I loved putting this one together. That's and I did want to show you this one because the frame there, that frame die is actually back in stock over on the website. Some of our Ditsy floral squares and some of your cross stitch ones are in stock as well. Very simple with that one, linen card, little bit of ink, pop it over some acetate and you are good to go. So it just goes to show how quick and easy and simple you can make these fabulous dies. It's totally up to you whether you want to really go to town, lots of embellishments, or whether you want to keep it nice and plain and simple. I think they give you quite a nice modern sort of look and feel to your creations. Talking of simple, I think, should we go straight in? Let's do it. Let's get straight in with our first demonstration. And for this one, I want to keep it quite modern, quite fresh, and very, very simple. So if you are brand new to crafting, then you can literally create this straight away with no sort of expertise, no sort of years and years of crafting skills behind you needed. So we're going to get a little bit shimmery, I think, for this demonstration. This is our, I love this name, Celestial Map.
Oh, Celestial Map.
Celestial Map, look at that. So this is one of our shimmer sprays. You will find these over on the website. They are absolutely fabulous. You can create your own backgrounds, use them with your stencils, use them with your embossing folders, use them with your dies, your stamps, lots and lots of different options with these. But we're just going to use it here to create our own background. So nice and easy to do. So we're going to get a little bit messy. So we're going to pop our protective sort of surface down. Nice big piece of kitchen roll just to protect our surface. We're going to use some of our watercolour card. So I've trimmed that watercolour card down to 4 inches by 6 inches in size. And with our shimmer sprays, we do just want to give them a little shake. We do have all that gorgeous shimmer in there that we want to make sure it's nicely distributed throughout the solution.
Yeah.
Once we've given that a good old shake, I always spray it off my piece of cardstock first, just to sort of test it out and see where I'm going. So that's looking good to me. So at that point, we're going to bring in our cardstock, and we just want a little bit of shimmer into the centre. We don't want to cover that piece entirely. We just want a little bit into the middle, just like so. So that's going to be nice and fine into the centre of that cardstock, just like so. Now, all you're going to do at this point is you're going to leave that to one side to dry. Doesn't take very long to dry, especially when you've not got an awful lot on there like we have there. I'd say give it 15-20 minutes and that should be nice and dry. You can, of course, speed that up with your heat tool if you so choose, but as I say, it doesn't take long to dry. But if you're impatient, there's always another way to speed it up. Now all we've gone ahead and done is we've just left that to dry, and then we've matted and laid it onto some of that gorgeous black glitter cardstock that is part of that Sarah Signature 12 by 12 inch Wild at Heart luxury cardstock pad. Look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if we can quite see that glitter. We're just having a little look like so.
It's the studio phone that's going off. I still don't know why we have a studio phone, but apparently it's an integral part of the studio equipment now. Oh, it's QVC ringing, is it? We're busy!
We're busy! We're busy, we're showing glitter, but that's our gorgeous glitter cardstock. I believe that you'll find that pad over on the shop the day. And all we've gone ahead and done is we've just matted and laid that onto a thin 1/4 of an inch border of that cardstock. Now in contrast, it's up to you how sort of heavy you go with your sprays. So here I've sprayed all over that piece, so it's a lot more concentrated with that shimmer and shine. So we've got plenty of that lovely shimmer onto the background, and that's going to be our backing piece to that main piece.
Yeah.
So at this point, we'll bring in our card base. We've created our own card base using one sheet of our 12 by 12 inch white cardstock. You should find that over on the website. I believe it came back in stock actually last week. So time to stock up on that one for sure. And we've created our own 6 inch by 8 inch card blank, just like so. And that piece there is going to go into the centre, and that's going to create our lovely backing piece. Next up, we're going to take our piece that we've sprayed a little bit more lightly onto, and that's going to be our next layer up, that we're going to use a little bit of foam tape onto the back of this one, just to raise that up from our background. So taking our foam tape here, and we're just going to pop a couple of pieces onto the reverse of there, and that's just going to lift that proud from our background piece. So instead of always using our pattern papers or perhaps our inky backgrounds, we can actually create our own backgrounds using our beautiful shimmer sprays.
Yeah.
Lots of different colours on those. Of course, I've gone with the blue. Well, you've got tons of different options over on the website, depending on what sort of look and feel you want to go for your project. So that's our card base all laid up and good to go. Corresponding mats and layers with that lovely black glitter card, and that is looking beautiful already. But of course, we need a focal point onto that, and that's why we're going to bring in one of our fantastic new split space dies. And I know we call them the split space dies, but they are stamp and die sets as well. With every single one, you're getting 2 separate halves of your die, and you're getting 2 sentiments as well. Gorgeous quality photopolymer stamps with those, clear stamps, so you can see exactly where you are stamping with those. So we're going to take our die. Like I say, you've got your 2 separate halves of your die, and here we're using the Dream Big. So you've got your bottom half of your moon, and you've got your top half of the moon. And we're going to take some of our cardstock. Let's bring in some of our white multi-purpose card, and we're just going to cut 2 halves at a time from our multi-purpose card. Just enough cardstock. You know what I'm like. I never like to waste the scrap. Frugal, that's what we'll call it.
Frugal Lily.
We won't say cheap. We'll say frugal. We'll say frugal, we'll say resourceful, all those positive adjectives. We just won't say cheap. I don't like using cardstock if I can help it. I like to save all the scraps, use up all the scraps. And these dies are perfect for that as well. If they were one sort of full die joined together, of course you'd have to use a larger piece of cardstock, but by them being the 2 smaller halves, it means, of course, they'll fit through your smaller machines as well. But it means also you don't need to chop into those larger pieces of cardstock, so ideal scrap busters with these fabulous dies. So if we pop that out of our die, you can see that absolutely gorgeous detail that we've got with those dies. I mean, the lines on there are so filigree. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? All the detail within there are really fine lines. You could, of course, be snipping into that. You could be adding your inks to highlight that detail. But look at the 2 halves there. Absolutely beautiful. So, so pretty. That would work a treat, wouldn't it, with if you got our cosmic collection?
Yeah.
That would work perfectly, wouldn't it? But of course, here, creating our own backgrounds with no need for
I think some of the Bella Luna as well, it would go nicely with, wouldn't it?
yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Actually, yeah, that'd be fabulous. So all we've got here is we've got a scrap of that same cardstock that we use for our mats and layers. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our die, we're going to pop some of our dotty tape pen on the reverse, just getting a piece of my kitchen towel here just to protect my surface so I don't get little bits of adhesive everywhere. And we're just going to apply our dotty tape pen onto the back of that piece, just like so. And that's going to be stuck onto our piece of this gorgeous glitter cardstock. Then all we're going to do, just burnish that down to make sure that adhesive is grabbed. And then we'll take a pair of our scissors and we're just going to trim around the edge, undercutting ever so slightly. And when we talk about undercutting, we want to just slide our scissors slightly underneath the edge of that die cut, just to make sure we've not got any of that black cardstock showing around the edges, and make sure we've got that lovely, neat finish. We're just going to cut all the way around the outside. And then something you want to do is you just want to remove that excess larger section there. So just make sure you're removing that little bit of cardstock if that's stuck down. So just take your, gosh, who's been using this pokey tool? That is a gunky old pokey tool. My
Debbie,
Debbie, what have you been doing to this poor old pokey tool? It's covered in adhesive. But all you want to do is you just want to make sure that piece is slightly removed there. So we can just slide our scissors underneath and just trim out that section. Nice and easy to do, but it does just finish it off nicely by removing that little bit of black cardstock. So just go around once again undercutting to make sure we've not got any of that black cardstock showing around the edge, and that gives you that lovely neat finishing touch. Now all we've gone ahead and done is we've taken that die cut there, that top part of the moon, and we've done exactly the same by layering that onto some of our black, but I also die cut it once more and snipped into the stars, so a sort of paper piece of stars over the top of there, so it gives you that lovely finishing touch. So there are two halves of the moon. So you've got your top piece and you've got your lower section. You can of course be having these completely next to each other if you so choose, or you can have a larger space, smaller space. That choice is entirely yours, but here we're going to be dictated by the size of our sentiments. What we've done is we've stamped our sentiment onto a strip of our white cardstock and matted and layered that onto some more of that lovely black glitter card. And all we're going to do is we're just going to layer these together. Super, super simple card. Honestly, these are so quick and easy to put them together if you want them to be. If you want these to be elaborate creations, and of course really go to town, start to bring out all different colours of cardstock, maybe do a little bit of paper piecing. It's completely down to you how far you take these. But if you're wanting a quick and easy card that doesn't scrimp on style, that looks really quite classy, quite elegant, I always think these look quite expensive looking.
Yeah,
these
they
designs. The sort of cards that you see in the expensive shops, you know, in the cello bags, $5 on them, you think, blimey me, they didn't take long to create, but they look absolutely incredible, especially when you've got a little bit of shimmer and shine with your shimmer sprays on these ones. Same with our sentiment, just a little bit of our foam pads onto the reverse of here, just to get it standing proud from that background, to give it that little bit of lift and that finishing touch. And that's going to go into the centre of that piece there. Now, if you are struggling to line that up and to get it straight, I always recommend to just use those lines that you've got on your glass mat that happen to be exactly the same colour as my nails, as are the tape pens, as is the pokey tool, you know, all matching.
Are they new
all on
nails?
brand. About a week old, so yeah,
okay.
yeah, pretty new. It was funny, I got home that night after having them done, got into my craft room, picked my scissors up and I was like, oh, exactly the same shade, literally exactly the same shade. You could not get more on brand if we tried.
I had it very hard to keep up with everybody's nails here.
Yes, Debbie's are always gorgeous. They were lovely with like black tips on today, weren't they? They were beautiful.
They were.
Yes, Nicola and Ari, Nicola always has fabulous
Nicola's
nails.
always got good nails, yeah, as well.
Nails. Hers are always funky, they always have fabulous designs, and mine are always just plain and usually sparkly, but matching with the glass mat. And there you go, how easy was it to put that together? Using some of your shimmer sprays to create your own backgrounds, not even a single pattern paper inside on that entire card, using that die, a little bit of paper piecing, a little bit of applying that design, that colour behind, and that gives you a quick and easy card. But I have to say, I do think that looks rather smart.
That does look really, really smart. Lots of love coming in for that. Lots of people jumping in, grabbing this collection. few more people are saying they want to see what's inside that mystery bag, so I'll do that as well, shall I? I think it's probably the best thing. Elizabeth joins us saying, good morning, crafters. Dawn LaValle's in from New Hampshire. Patricia Day says, hello from Norfolk. It's raining here.
Oh, it's raining here as well.
I think the rain stopped here now, actually. I did look at the forecast earlier, and I think we are up for I think the evening is going to be all right. I think we're all right.
It won't be wet as soon as I leave the door.
Well,
I sit outside, it'll start tipping it down. It's always the same. Always the same.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Crafty Not Grafty by Hillary says, hello from Hillary and a very huffy Holly, as I've dared not go out today. Oh, yeah, they get a bit huffy, don't they? Our Molly gets, not in a huff, she just gets super hyperactive if she doesn't get her walks. And Mary Beth Doyle says, lovely seeing Lily again. You too, Ben. Thank you.
Aww.
Anne, that's the other one I was trying to think of. You've just read my mind. She says that die would work with the Bohemian collection too.
Of course.
The dream catchers.
Oh gosh, yeah, that'd be amazing. It's lovely when you start looking at these dies in more detail. You start to think of all the other collections that you've already got that they're going to match with, which I think is fabulous. Think of all those papers, all those additional stamps and dies you've already got, and they're going to work an absolute treat.
And are you, or could you do a request? Are you up for requests today?
Depends what it is, quite frankly.
Well, Lisa P has said...
If it's a song and a dance, no.
No. No, she says, I know Lily's very busy, but could she demonstrate how to cut a diagonal mat and layer for a diagonal 6x6 card? Is that something you can do?
I'm not quite sure what you mean. If you can explain it a little bit better, exactly, I can give it a go. Why not? Crafting on the hoof is what we're all about. Crafting requests, fine. Karaoke, no.
No.
Quite frankly, no.
I'll do karaoke.
Yeah, Ben could do karaoke requests to Ben.
Yeah.
Crafting requests to me.
Yeah, any joke requests as well.
Joke requests, yeah. Dad jokes, we like a few of those.
And any requests to see in the mystery bag, I can do that as well. So we'll, do you want to? Shall we? We'll see that.
Yeah.
So the bag.
The bag.
You're paying £10, $15 for this, right? And it's £40 or $56 worth of stuff. You kind of saw what was in there first of all, as far as the Love Hearts is concerned. So this is the 3-piece stencil set, one of the sets that we launched with the glitter paste, actually. So you're going to get in there your 8.5 by 8.5 sort of main background stencil, if you like, and then you've got your border stencil and that little beautiful heart icon in there too. So that's the first item that you're getting. You're also going to get in your mystery bag the wreath from the Wildflower collection. Such a really, really beautiful die that. Cutting out that beautiful aperture, great to use across, I think, a whole host of collections, Nature's Gardens collections, things like that would be perfect. You're then going to get your Mediterranean window. That is from the Mediterranean collection, of course. The stamps in there build up that beautiful Mediterranean house with the bougainvillea there. You've got the pots, you've got the lights, and that beautiful window. Also, you're going to be getting from the Venetian Grace collection, the cute little cherub. That is a stamp and die set. And brilliantly, we have popped into this bag the 3D embossing folder and metal die from the collection that you guys absolutely loved. We've got the moon and stars in there as well. So you've got the beautiful embossing folder, but then you can die cut the main detail out and emboss it to create a really cool standout 3D effect as well. So all of that is included in the mystery bag, which is no longer a mystery. Just bear in mind, if you do obviously order more than one of these collections, you're going to double up on those bags as well. There is various options for you though, as far as buying the collection is concerned. If you want the showstopper, you can. If you want the selection on its own, you can. And indeed, if you just decide that you want individuals, maybe you want to recreate Lily's demo from just now, or Debbie's from earlier, you can buy individual items as well. Now, as we mentioned, we had a cartload show last week, which proved very popular. We had a few items on that we thought might be quite nice to bring back for those of you perhaps who weren't watching earlier in the week. So, the return of a couple of the craft kits. A lot of people are absolutely delighted about this, actually, because it was a good opportunity for those of you who collect these to kind of finish your collections, if you like. So on this show, we've brought back box 54 and 55. This one is box number 54, which is your silhouette scenes. Now, within this one, jam-packed 220 elements, allowing you to create beautiful projects like you're seeing on the front here. You get the masks and the stencils to create that outline. Then you've got all of the stamps in there as well to create those beautiful scenes with. Can we go over the top? Or we can. Look at that. He's reading my mind. So I'll quickly show you what's in here, and then this is where we're going to be seeing Digital Krieg, who will be taking you through everything that's in them. I think these are brilliant. As you guys know, you know, I've done a bit of crafting on air now, haven't I, and craft-alongs and those kind of things. But when I first started out here, these craft boxes were the sort of first things I used because, like, everything is in them that you need. You don't have to go looking anywhere else. And really nice as well, actually, if you are someone perhaps who is just starting out, you're not kind of sure which sort of collections to go for, or if you were buying a collection and you think, oh, well, I'm going to have to buy the papers, I'm going to have to buy the card, I'm going to have to buy the envelopes, everything is included within these boxes. So you've got all your card blanks and envelopes in here. Also within this set, as I've said, the stamps, so things like Just For You, Follow Your Dreams, With Love, you've got Happy Birthday, Enjoy Your Special Day and Make a Wish. I mean, you could use some of those, should you wish, alongside your split space size. You've then got in there, Hello, and I think that one says With Love. Yeah, it does.
I believe. Again, they could fit into the centre of your split space dive.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your stencils and masks in here. So that one, I guess, is going to be like your main sort of focal point that you're going to stamp your silhouettes into. But then you've got, you know, your stencils and masks in there to help you create scenes, to help you to create backgrounds, you know, hills or maybe like beach scenes if you want, but you've got the clouds included in there too. Then you've also got within this set, I mean, let me pop this onto some white cardstock so you can see it a little bit better. I absolutely love those silhouettes. They are, well, I'd say they're sort of like fairy tale themed, but actually, you've got like your wildlife in there, haven't you? You've got fairies, you've got the dancing couple, girl on a swing. Or you could have her swinging off your moon, couldn't you?
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
Quite cute.
I like that a lot. Even swinging off a star.
Swinging off,
Swinging
yes.
a star,
Swing
yeah.
off a star. What did you say, Nicola? Like what? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
like
it'd be very magical, wouldn't it?
It would be magical. But all those included. Then, as always, within these boxes, we bring you ribbon. I mean, great stash builders as well, these, Lily, aren't they? Like,
I mean, I have to say, a lot of the ribbon
Look
that
at
I
all
use on any of my demos, any of my samples as well, a lot of it actually comes from the craft kits. So fabulous quality of ribbon, and of course, they're going to match with the papers that Ben's going to show you in just a moment.
And of course you get 3 colours, but you get 3 different widths of each. You've got your dewdrops in there as well, adhesive dewdrops. Again, clear, so I guess there's nothing to stop you from colouring those in if you want.
Absolutely.
And then the papers in this collection.
Oh, the papers are some of my most favourite ever. I love them.
Debbie said exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're very
celestial,
like very cosmic, aren't they? Some of these as well.
They are, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I am personally thinking, I do already have this craft kit. I love this craft kit, but I'm thinking I need to get another just to get those papers. £20 or £16 in platinum for the papers. I would happily pay that, and the ribbon.
Well, yeah, exactly
and all
right.
the dewdrops as well. Ooh. And your card blanks.
And all your card blanks and envelopes. I think, like you say, when you talk about it at that sort of price, I mean, look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is absolutely stunning. I'm seeing again that this would work really nicely with the little moon and stars from the split space, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And the more pinky tone ones are going to work ideally with that heart, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
It's all going to work perfectly. That's got to be my favourite. I love that one. Can you imagine going over maybe with some of your gilding waxes? Perhaps it's going to be some of your glitter glues, your glazes. That's going to look absolutely amazing. And
then, of course, we never leave you hanging, because if you're wanting to do sort of matting and layering and stuff, you're thinking, well, you know, have I got the colours to be able to do it? You have, because we obviously colour match all the colours that you've got in your papers into your double-sided cardstock, which is included in there as well. And, you know, and a really great point in the fact that I remember when we used to launch these monthly, and, you know, Sarah would be on the shows and she would explain, like, $24.99, $24.95, already huge value, because she'd talk about the value of these boxes of being sort of, you know, upwards of £40, maybe £50. So when you got them for the original price, you were getting a steal. But to get them today for £16 or $16 if you're platinum is crazy. And, you know, and a great point from Lily, again, in the fact that if you've already got these, you probably are thinking about buying more, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Just for the consumable elements.
Yeah, I mean, if you've already got the kit, maybe you're thinking about getting the kids or the grandkids crafting. For a price of £16 or $16, you're not going to sort of think, oh, shall I risk it? Shall I let them have their own set? Absolutely, for that price. You keep all the papers, give them the stamps and the dies, and they're going to have a whale of a time crafting with these kits. And it makes it so easy as well. You've got literally everything you need. You've got your focal element in your stamps and your dies. You've got your backing papers. You've even got your embellishments in terms of those gorgeous ribbons and those dewdrops. You've literally got everything to craft straight out of the box, which I absolutely love.
And again, as much as these always tell you, you can make a minimum amount of cards, this one, minimum of 18 cards, that's only restricting you to the amount of card blanks and envelopes that you've got. Obviously, if you look after the hardware in here, you'll be making far more than that. Now, as we said, great price, great opportunity to pick this up, and We have got Digital Craig here as well.
Vintage styly.
Yes, he is here to show you through this box. He's got a little demo for you here, actually. So let's take you back a couple of years to when Craig did a little video on this box and see what he had to say.
Today, using our brand new subscription box 54, which is all about the silhouette scene craft kit, we are going to be making this. So I'm going to show you the concept of the silhouette scene building. We'll finish off with one that looks just like that. What I have done is I have taken one of our cardstock panels that were 6x6 and I've cut it down to 4x4. I'm going to go in with the stencil. So this is the one that's got that heart, it's got that beautiful bow all the way around it with these gorgeous tails. And then what I'm going to do is I'm using my low-tack tape. You can use our sprays if you want to, but I find it easier using our tape. I'm going to go in with our crushed velvet, and I'm also going to go in with our midnight. So these are our water reactive. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the colour and I'm going to work my way around the actual bow. Now, I'm going in lightly to start with. I'm not overly concerned if I go into the heart. That will just add to the effect, as you will see just shortly. But what I want to do is I want to work my way all the way round. So what I'm going to do is I will do one half here to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, just going to add that colour into place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the midnight, and then I'm lightly going to add that into that backdrop. So I'm adding that into the back of the heart and blending that one out. And at this point, what I'm going to be doing is slightly crossing over into that crushed velvet. That then means that I can then get that nice seamless blend. So I'm going to work my way in just into here. So going in, working it in, blending it in, blending it in with the pads. I like to use the rectangles. You can use the squares if you want to. That is entirely up to yourself. But if I do this one half here to show you, I can take that away. Let me just blend that out a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is, before I remove this, I'm going to bring in our stamps. So I'm going to go in with one of the few that you've got included, and that is with the girl. So she is swinging on the chair, and I can just see it and no more. And what I'm going to do, because I've got this kind of taped underneath, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp it while it's on my glass mat. If you want to pop it onto your stamping mat, you can do, but for ease, while I'm here, let's just do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one of our ink pads. This one is a waterproof ink pad. You can use an alcohol proof because I'm not actually adding any other colour to it. It's just whatever one you want to use. I'm going to line that up slightly, a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the side, and then I'm going to press. So I'm going to press so she is nicely swinging from the left-hand side of the heart that we can see here. And then what we can also do, if you so wish, you can start to build up dimension. Remember, you've got the sun or the moon, you've got the clouds, you've got that landscape when it comes to the stencil as well. So what we're then going to do is move that out the way and then look at that one half. So you've got that transition from the midnight into the crushed velvet. We've got the girl swinging on the chair just to the side, and then you would carry on and look at that one there. How fab is that? Using all these additional stamps such as the butterflies, you can then carry on with maybe your inky pens, your sparkle pens, your gilding flakes. All of these you can add if you want. What I'm then going to do is I'm bringing in one of the papers from the kit, and then add that on with my tape runner. So it is got a little border all the way round. So what we can then do is add that one on. I'm going to position that one into place, and then we're going to press. So if I press and hold that one into place, So then I can set that one to the side for now. What I can then do is I can then bring in this back layer. So this back layer I have already cut, and I'm going to pop it onto one of the card blanks. So this is one from our subscription box. It's 6 by 6, and I have folded that one back. So let's bring this layer in. So my pattern layer, I've cut to 5.5 by 5.5, and my cardstock layer, I've cut to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Let's line that one up into position, like so. And then what I've also done is I've taken another panel. That's going to go onto the top there. So let's bring in my tape runner once again, adding this one on. I'm going to pop that into place. Then what we can do is we can take our inked image. This one, I'm only going to put a little bit of tape at the top because I don't want it to be sticky all the way down. Otherwise, it's going to stick to the bottom. So we can then come into play. I'm going to go central so we can then see how it folds back. Then what I've also done, a couple of strips. This is all from the craft kit, and I've popped this one on a little bit of foam. This is going to be my stopper. So I'm going to move that back. I'm going to come further up, even the ribbons included, and there is my stopper. What I've also done, taken the sentiment from the craft kit, the cardstock from the craft kit, and even the white that I've stamped on is that excess that is from this layer here. And then this one can go on a foam. This is going to give us an additional stopper if we need. That can go into there. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to bring in this little butterfly. So I like to fussy cut. So what I have done is stamped it and fussy cut all the way around. So I'm then going to take that one off. I'm going to pop that one into the back, and then to finish off, because I've already done it, let's bring in another panel. That's going to cover this inside to make it nice and neat. Pop that there, and then last but by no means least, we can pop a little bit of adhesive. I've gone in with the same ribbon that we can pop there, and then there we go. There is our finished card that you can. I'm going to move that back ever so slightly, and that has been made using our subscription box number 54, the Silhouette Scene Craft Kit.
There he is. He does look different there, actually. He looks younger. Well, he was younger there, wasn't he? Because that was 2 years ago. Yes, so these are basically deals that we brought back from Cartload last week. So just to kind of update you really and warn those of you that they are back, box 54, 55. We did have another, I think it was 57 we had, which sold out. But if you do need to add these to your collection, or as Lily was pointing out a little bit earlier on, if you're thinking, oh, I love the papers, particularly in this collection, stock up now and grab it, because for £16 or $16, that is a heck of a deal. Not huge quantities on that. We do have box 55, which we will be looking at in the second half of the show, and also be hearing from Digital Craig once again. Pat says, thank you for showing the mystery bag, Ben. You're welcome. We're going to come back to that collection in just a few moments' time after a short break. And Wanda says, good morning from Lewiston, Idaho. Enjoy the company whilst I try to work some magic with the Peacock Edgeable. Hard to mess up when you give us such foolproof products. Well, thank you, Wanda. That's very kind of you. Feel free, by the way, if you have already made anything to date, or indeed made anything with our brand new collection, to send in pictures. We had quite a few pictures during the launch show. We'll be happy to show those during the second hour of the show. But listen, if you've got items in your basket, get them checked out, and we will come back with another demo with Lily with the split space dies after a short break. We'll see you in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. when we get to see the finished article way before anybody at home gets to see it, and it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it. That all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great. And if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yoghurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something based. Oh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat, then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your carts, and thank you for checking out your baskets. We are almost at the end of the first hour, so shall we squeeze in one more demo with the brand new split space dies, and then we can recap on everything as we head into hour number 2. So, Lily, which of the dies are you going to work with?
I'm going to really shock you, because I think you've probably all thought demo 1 would be the butterfly,
Yeah.
demo 2 will be the flowers, but do you know what? No.
No?
No. We're going to go in with a star.
Get out of town.
I know. No pink on this demo either. Good grief, what has happened to me? It's all changing. Anyway, we're going to go in with this fabulous You're a Star gorgeous stamp and die set. But we're going to start off by actually creating our own background. So we've taken a piece of our watercolour cardstock, cut down to about 4.5 inches by 4 inches in size. And I'm going to do one of my most favourite, super easy little background techniques here. Now, if you check out the Shop the Day over on the website, you'll see we've got a collection of our fabulous duet ink pads. And here we're going to use the Midnight Mist and our Sailor's Wake. And all we're going to do is going to take our ink pad directly to our glass mat. Now you can do the same technique on a craft sheet, you know, our brown non-stick craft sheets. That's going to give you a slightly different effect. You're going to get more of a sort of a beading of the ink. Whereas with your craft glass mat that we're using here, that will give you a little bit more of sort of a pooling of the ink. Different techniques, different effects, they're still going to look equally fabulous depending on what surface you're choosing to add that ink onto. Little spritz of water using our fine spray mister bottle. Then all we're going to do is we're just going to take our cardstock and we're going to soak up some of that ink. Now you can apply some of the water directly to your cardstock. That's going to give you more of a sort of diluted watercoloured effect. Totally up to you depending on what sort of technique, sort of effect you are looking to create. Just literally smooching our cardstock into that ink, picking up as much or as little of that ink as you so choose, leaving some of our white spaces, adding in some more inks and just building up that background until you are happy with it. Now you can go in at this point, you can actually dry that off with your heat tool, and then you can go back in with a second sort of coat of ink if you want more intense colour. But I have to say, I think I'm quite happy with the way that is looking. So all we're going to do at this point is we're going to bring out our heat tool. Being a little bit impatient, I have to say, when I'm crafting at home, I do tend to actually leave this to dry naturally. If it's winter and you've got the heating on, just next to the radiator, we'll dry it off a little bit quicker. Or in the summer, I say summer, it doesn't feel much like summer, does it? The way it's been tagging it down outside today, does it? But when it's a little bit warmer, I tend to pop mine next to, just on the windowsill.
I thought you were going to say you hang them on the washing line then.
Nah, blimey me.
Peg them out.
This sort of weather, it wouldn't be there 5 minutes later, it's blown away. Chasing it down the street would not be what we wanted. That's our background, nice and quick and easy to create, but it gives you a lovely sort of arty watercoloured effect. But we want to build on that a little bit more. So I've taken half of our die, of our lovely Eurostar split space die, and you can see it looks a little bit gunky on there, a little bit inky. We've just cut that from a piece of scrap cardstock, and we're actually going to use this rather than using it as a die cut as an embellishment onto our finished project. We're actually going to use it as a mask. So what we're doing is we're taking some more of those duet ink pads, the same ink pads that we've just used to create our background. If you are worried about this moving and you want to clamp it down into position a little bit more firmly, then you can go in with that and actually spray your stick and spray your repositionable adhesive onto the back. But because I'm not so worried about getting a really defined, crisp sort of image onto here, I just want to lay down some of that colour. I want to get a little bit of that detail, a little bit of added interest onto there. I'm not going to worry about going in with any of my spray adhesive onto the back. And all we're going to do is we're just going to ink through the centre of that design. I'm trying not to go over the edges. I'm just trying to stay within that detail, within the inside.
Yeah.
So we've just got some of those smaller stars onto there. And just using this as a stencil, as a mask onto our background to add a little bit more added interest. Starting off with our Midnight Mist, I think once we built up this colour, we're going to go in with a little bit of the Sailor's Wake, just to give it a little bit more interest onto there, a little bit more colour tone onto there as well. So going in with our beautiful Sailor's Wake, this is a lovely sort of turquoisey sort of colour with our duet ink pads. And just going through, your ink daubers, these little finger daubers, will be your best friend when it comes to this technique, just to allow you to get into all that fine detail and making sure that we're not getting too much ink over the edges where we don't want it. But we're not having to be really precise, we're not having to be really particular about where we're going in with our design. We're just starting to build up that interest, build up that detail over the background, just like so. And it's just giving it that extra little bit of something, just showing that you can use your dies to create your own tools, create your own stencils and masks, as well as just using them as the focal point on your creation. So you can see there, we've built up our own background, nice and easy to do. And one of the things I love about this technique is every single time you do it, you're going to get a different finished result. So one that I did at home earlier, exactly the same ink pads, exactly the same technique, but you can see there it looks ever so slightly different in terms of the way we've applied that colour. So the only key difference with this one is we've just applied it onto some more of that gorgeous black glitter card, same one that I used in that last demo, but loving that one. It's the Sarah Signature Violet Heart 12 by 12 inch glitter card pad. So that's all done and good to go. At this point, we're going to go back to our lovely stencil that we've just used. We're actually going to create a box. So what we're going to do is going to create our panels for our box using this same little stencil. So instead of bringing in some of our pattern paper, I know we've talked about lots of different pads that would work beautifully with this collection. So we've been talking about Bella Luna, your Cosmic collection, even your Bohemian collection could be working with some of these. But of course, you don't always have to use your pattern papers, or maybe you're brand new to crafting, maybe this is your very first crafty purchase and you've not got all those pattern papers. Perhaps you're just starting off with your basic colours of cardstock, maybe your white card, your black card, some coloured card. You can still get really effective finish results even without using any of our pattern papers by actually creating the backgrounds ourselves. And I have to say, there's something so satisfying about creating the card, sort of building the card or your project from the ground up, from creating your own backgrounds, creating your own focal points, layering it all together, and it's a truly bespoke creation, which I absolutely love. So same technique on this one as we did on our inky background just now. So we're going in straight from our white cardstock, and here I'm just using some of my multi-purpose card. Because we're not adding water to this one, we're only adding our ink. We don't need to go in with our watercolour cardstock, so your multi-purpose will be just perfect for this. And we're just going in some areas more lightly, some areas a little bit more dark. That gives us that lovely finish result, that lovely handmade background onto there with that beautiful stencil that we've used. Once again, just to keep that design flow going throughout the whole project, we're going to bring in some of our black glitter card, and we're going to matte and layer this panel onto some of that black glitter card to give us that lovely thin 1/4 inch matte and layer all around the edge. And we've done that the same 4 more times. It's going to form our 4 different box size mattes and layers. Doesn't it look funky? Just creating your own backgrounds using just
like you say, they could be papers from one of our pads. They're that good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot of fun to create your own backgrounds, which I absolutely love. So at this point, we're going to bring in our box. Like I say, we are going to create a box instead of a card, just to show that it's not just about card making with these. So here I've cut our cardstock to about 8 inches by 8.5, and I've scored on each side at about 1 3/4 inches. One for our box base and one for, with the trusty L marked on there, we know it's our box lid.
Yes.
So let's start to matte and layer these together. As always, I favour my fantastic Collal all-purpose glue for my matting and layering. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room, so you've got that little bit of time to actually manoeuvre these into position until you're totally happy with where you've got those actually centred on your card. But once it's stuck, once it's dried, you know it's stuck nice and fast, and you've got that really firm bond onto any of your cardstocks. So let's go in with our couple of side panels. So we've got 2 the longer side panels, obviously for the longer sides of your box, and you've got the 2 slightly shorter panels. And we're just going to go ahead and glue these onto our box.
Perfect. Keep the comments coming through. Anything you want to ask, anything that you want to see in the course of the second hour, we would love to hear from you. As I said, we've got more demos coming up with the split space stamp and die set, and we'll look at some more of the deals that we brought back from the Cartload show last week. So that is all coming up. And just to heads up you tomorrow, very exciting that Sheena is back in the house.
She is. We're looking forward to it already.
Whoop,
It's
whoop.
going to be good. Lots of inspiration. Ink pads.
Yeah.
Tropical Paradise is going to make a little cheeky appearance as well. So I'm told. I've heard on the Crafters TV grapevine. So to
Colour Me
speak.
Happy's back as well.
One of my favourite shows. Do you remember, this is going back a couple of years ago now, me and you used to do Colour Me Happy quite regular on a Sunday morning.
We did, didn't we?
Remember that? Yeah.
Because it was always the Sunday morning show,
Yeah,
Colour
it was
Me
always
Happy,
the
wasn't
first
it?
show, wasn't it, on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days, eh?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in old studio.
Well, no, it was in this studio live.
Was it?
But yeah, when I was here, yeah.
Did you never do your shows in the other studio?
No.
Well, my memory's gone to pot then.
Well.
Because I have memories of doing shows with you in the other studio, but there we go.
Well. Maybe.
It wasn't you.
In another life.
It was a Lily imposter.
Ooh, do. No, I mean, how long have we been in this studio now? Good few years.
20. It was.
It's got to be more than 3 because I've been here 3 years.
It was the 17th of December.
Oh, blimey, this is getting all a bit technical, isn't it now?
2021. Would that make sense?
So we're 2024, which means I joined in 3/2/2021. No, that can't be right.
Or it must be 2020 then.
Must be 2020, yeah.
It was Christmas 2020 because I remember coming up to do a show that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and it was the
But
day.
you just decided you'd come up.
I just thought I'd come up.
See if they'll let me in the door.
I can't remember the reason why.
Please give me some work. It's Christmas.
And I wasn't supposed to be doing it, but I did the very first show in it, and I'm sure it was either the 16th or 17th of December because it was just before my sister's birthday.
Oh.
And I don't know why that sticks in my mind. So it would be 2020 then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
2020,
Yeah, it's got to be 2020.
16th or 17th of December.
Yeah.
Nicola started 2020 November. So we're all the 2020 crew then. We're the class of 2020.
Well, I'm 2021. But I was a year late.
Ah.
I was here in spirit, and I was here in Ben's mind, apparently in the old studio.
Yeah, we did shows together in the other studio.
Yeah,
Apparently
I did.
When did Jamie join? 2022? I don't know, Jamie.
We don't know.
Don't ask us.
Yeah.
Jamie, you've not been here nearly 3 years, have you?
He has.
Gee
he has
whiz.
apparently. Blimey me. And I first turned up on a temporary contract, didn't I? 3 years later, they couldn't get rid of me.
No.
Still here.
I think you've done pretty much every job in the business, haven't you, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Apart from sat at the top table.
Well, it's next on the list.
Yeah.
It's next on the list.
CEO.
CEO. Crafting at every opportunity.
Yay.
Yeah. Already there. Already got the title. 3 years. Blimey neck.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, just in the background, just while I'm demoing, I will just expose him now. Ben it keeps knocking down that pack shop. I'm having to rebuild it.
What it is like there's, because I like to make a bit of noise, don't I, and stuff, and then there's it's not going to do it now, but there's a card on a little stand here, and it's like the smallest stand, almost like someone set me up for a fall. I've knocked it off now.
No one would do that.
About 3 times today, and it just fell off again, so I just keep having to reset it, but never mind.
I mean, it's a good job we're professional in here, isn't it?
We are #professional, aren't we?
Very professional.
And yes, Sheena is going to be here tomorrow to answer your question. Roseanne says, hello from a sunny and warm Massachusetts to Lily, Ben, Susie, team, and all my fellow crafters.
Hello. It's
hello.
not sunny and it's not warm here, believe you me.
No, it is not sunny. Well, having said that, I do feel like it has stopped raining out there now.
I can't hear it, but, it'll start again come 7 o'clock. You watch.
Mostly cloudy.
I'll open that door and then downpour. I'll stay here for the night. I'm not going home.
Michael's with us saying, evening, Ben, Lily, and the team from Michael, Stephanie, Hercule, and Chaz.
Hello.
Hello. Hi also to Pat, who's with us. Loads of people joining in. Lynn Harvey. Keep the comments coming through. We'll say a few more hellos at the top of the next hour if I've missed anyone. I feel like have I read all the comments? I think most of them.
Yeah, let us know if you're crafting along. Let us know what you're crafting. If you've treated yourself to anything today, let us know. I have to say I put a rather large order in this afternoon.
What did you buy? What did you buy? What did you buy?
I have to say I didn't get it at launch, and now I've regretted it. So I was like, I've got to get it. Arabian Nights.
Ah, Arabian Nights.
I didn't get it at launch, and I was like, I'm not sure.
A bit of FOMO.
Yeah, the more it's gone on, I've seen everyone's projects in the groups. I thought, you know what, Lily, just buy the just get it for goodness sake. Just get it. So I've got that. I've also got the new magazine.
Oh, yeah, launched on Friday.
On Friday, so I thought, you know what, while I'm at it, I may as well treat myself to that. A few extra bits of car stock, all that sort of stuff, all that jazz. Some more linen card, like from the Age of Elegance. So yeah, rather a
nice little haul.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weekly occurrence. I've already
weekly occurrence.
We say weekly. It's usually more than that. But I've already got a note in my calendar for Thursday because I need to order that launch because that's quite an exciting one. But yeah, lots of crafty goodness. Now, just finishing this off, just building my box by popping some of that tape onto my flaps here. So you've got your lovely Eurostar design onto the front. You have got your drop shadowed with your lovely black glitter card. You can see how beautifully that die cuts from your black glitter card, even though it's so intricate. You created your own background. So again, two projects here, 2 demos, a card and a box, each of them not using a single scrap of pattern paper. Just goes to show how versatile these fabulous dies are, where not only you can create the focal point, but you can actually create stencils to make your own backgrounds as well. Absolutely love it.
Such a versatile set, and isn't it great that you get all of the inspiration here on these live shows from our guys who will show you how to get the very best out of them. What I love is you kind of get the standard way of using them. So, you can go home, you know exactly how to get the very best out of them in the way that you are supposed to use them. But then you get all of the extra hints and tips and ideas from the team as well. So a great opportunity to pick this collection up, whether you go for the showstopper, whether you go for the selection on its own, or you pick and choose and stay with us because we've got more great ideas coming your way in the second hour of the show. If you have just joined us, hello. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to the show. Where have you been today? This is the 4th live hour today. We've already done an hour of, well, 2 hours of launch. You've missed a great craft along with Debbie Robinson as well, who's probably in Sheffield now, getting ready for the...
Can we not? Can we not? This is a very sore subject.
Oh, I didn't realise, is it?
Yes, it is.
You...
I really wanted to go.
Oh, you really wanted to go?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's
no.
my hometown as well, Sheffield. Big Girls Aloud fan, but no, I'm here. I'm doing the show. So, Debbie, please enjoy it for us.
I misunderstood the conversation. I thought that when Debbie said she was going to go, then like you were sort of like, oh, you would have gone, but you were here. I didn't realise you were a big fan.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And when Debbie was like, oh, I'm really sorry, Lily, can somebody cover the last show? I was like, yeah, of course. Then she told me why. I was like, can I not do it anymore?
Yeah, can I just come with you?
Go? Yeah. I mean, Crafters TV is a close second, but
Not really,
she'll be enjoying herself, let's be honest. She will.
They must be coming up this way, though, surely.
I think they are coming up to Newcastle, I think.
Ah.
And I was looking at tickets and I saw how much they were and I thought,
Yeah. They are.
expensive.
Concerts are expensive these
They
days, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And I think they're coming up this way near my birthday as well, so who knows? Oh.
When they come up here? 1st of June?
I think they might have like split, quite a few different nights up here. I think there's one that's in like a few days. I think there's one 31st of May.
31st of May is the end of this week.
Oh gosh, it is, it's
Yeah.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh, it's scary.
When's your birthday again?
29th of June.
We'll do a whip round for Lily. Get us tickets to Girls Aloud. There you go.
It's going to have to be quite a lot of whipping round for that. Whipping round the whole town, maybe.
We'll get whipping. The cheapest ticket is 70 quid, and you'll probably be like up in the gods
And you
somewhere.
won't even know you're there. You'll
No.
be that far away.
You'll be watching it on a TV screen.
Your binoculars like can't see out.
Yeah.
No, won't be. Do you know what? We'll have our own celebration here at Crafters TV.
Yeah, we will. We get you in the pit for 200 quid apparently.
Oof.
That is a big
Blimey,
whip
mate,
round.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes me that much. Let's be honest. I don't like myself enough to actually pay that much. 200 quid. Woo.
A lot of money, isn't it? There's a lot of money.
Blimey. I'd rather get the showstopper, let's be honest.
Well, exactly. That's not going to cost you 200 quid, is it not? No, it isn't. Let's say hello to a few peeps who've just joined us. We've got Stephen Nicole who says, you missed me, Ben. Apologies.
Rude.
I ordered the split dies today. Got 2 orders coming from Yodel. Nice one.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Kathy Green joins us saying, hi, Lily and Ben. Kathy Green.
Hello.
Mechanicsburg. Whoop, 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 whoop. Jessica Stricker says, beautiful box. It was a beautiful box.
Oh, thank you.
Jotti, Sensational Sky says, oh, here we go. I'm making a chicken katsu curry to save me from the weather. Nice. Yeah, it's well known. Yes, no, it does, Nicola. A chicken katsu curry saves you from the weather. It does. Mary Scary Harris says, I've done my first painting with the shimmer paint for a father's card today. Send it in. Send it in.
We want to see.
We
We're
want to see.
very nosy.
We want to see. Any makes you've done recently, send them in. Any HSN viewers who've already picked this collection up as well, feel free to send in any makes you've done with it. And this is the full set that you're going to be getting within the showstopper. Let me take you through it. For £48 or $62.40, you will get all 4 of the split dies. And you've seen the star in action just there, also earlier with Debbie. And it's nice, isn't it? Because you've got the opportunity to pop your sentiments within the centre of that split. And sentiments from this collection, or indeed, as we've already discussed, sentiments from things like the Just to Say collection, other stamp sentiments that you might have. The fact that these dies are split here means that that central part can be as big or as small as you want it to be, really. So you've got lots of scope. You've got lots of love, and you're a star there. This one, a load of you have been chatting about this. I wouldn't be surprised to learn if this was sort of one of the most popular sets individually, because it would work very nicely, as we've said, with things like your Bella Luna collection, the Cosmic collection, the Bohemian collection. This one is your Dream Big, and it's a really stunning couple of dies there with the lovely sentiments to go with it. Birthday Wishes and Dream Big you're going to be getting there. Also in this set, I mean, stunning again, is the floral note. So much detail within the die cuts that you're going to get. Perfect for all occasions. Love that as well. A sentiment a sentiment just so simple as just a note for whatever the occasion may be. It doesn't always need to be a particular occasion. Sorry, Nicola's chatting in my ear if I feel like I'm stuttering a bit. So no, it's fine. This one is the most popular, I just said. I reckon she said, what did you say? If I can guess the second one? Yeah. If I can guess the second one, you'll buy me a ticket to Girls Aloud?
It's what you've always wanted.
Yeah. Can I give it to Lily? Lily, come on then. Big decision then. What's the second most popular, do you reckon? So we've got the floral notes. I reckon that's probably up there with the shout. I'll place that there. The hearts. By the way, there was a chat on this earlier on. I think Terry started the chat about show us the bikini again. Basically, what happened earlier on is this top part fell off. Okay. And then when I went to put it back on, I put it on upside down. And it looked like a bikini, if you can imagine that the other way round.
I can see that,
Hence Terry's comment of show us a bikini. So I've stuck it back on now, unfortunately, so I can't do it again. Otherwise, I would definitely have done it, because you know me, love to get a laugh. So just for you and with love. And then you've also got, the beautiful butterfly in there too.
I'd go for the butterfly, you know.
I think it's one or the other. I think it's one of those two. Are we correct in assuming that?
Oh, brilliant.
No! No Girls Aloud ticket for you. Is it the star then? Yeah.
Oh, wow, interesting.
I think because you've done a demo with that, haven't you? And then Debbie did one earlier, so maybe that's the thing. Oh, well, missed out on the ticket to Girls Aloud. So that is the set of stamps and dies. And then, of course, your showstopper also brings you your mystery bag, which you're paying an extra £10 or $15 for. It's worth £40 or $56. And the content of said bag I've shown you now, so I'll show you again. You're going to get your set of stencils, which we launched with the glitter paste back along. So 3 stencils within that set, which is your love hearts. Love the fact that we've popped one of those 3D embossing folder and die sets in there. And isn't it nice, again, that one will work really nicely with the moon die, the moon split die that goes in there as well. And the star, yeah. So that's included. Also in the set, you've got the little cherub stamp and die set from the Venetian Grace collection. We are throwing in the Mediterranean window stamp set from the Mediterranean Dreams collection with the beautiful florals there, the little pot, the bougainvillea. I only say that every time, just to remind myself of what that flower is when it crops up again, because I forgot last time. And then you've also got your wild flowers die, which is the beautiful wildflower wreath. So all of that totals £40, $56. You pay an extra £10 or $15 within your showstopper, and that comes to you within the bundle. If you just want the dies and stamps on their own, you can do that as well. If you decide you just want to pick and choose, you can also do that too. The options are there for you. I think, are up to date. Oh, no, we're not with the comments. Karen says, hi, I mentioned Girls Aloud are here this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You did, Karen. You did, because you're going on Friday, aren't you, with your granddaughter, I think.
Oh, looky.
Can Lily come along too?
Pushing it a bit, maybe.
Risotti says, I would go with you, Lily. Lol. I've never been to a concert.
Oh.
Craig wanted to go as well, apparently. Maybe you could go with Craig.
Yeah. He's in late this week.
He's in on Thursday. After work on Friday.
Girls Aloud outing.
Yeah. The butterflies.
Crafters allowed.
Crafters allowed. Are crafters allowed? No.
No. That's us out then.
Lynn says the butterfly is my favourite. The second is the star for me. And Zoe Carver, there had to be one. The top of the heart looks like Ben's bottom after his turkey bum lift. I'm not going to...
Turkey bum lift? What
Lily.
have I missed?
Lily, I'm going to Turkey in July for a holiday, and there are rumours circulating.
We know why a lot of people go to Turkey.
This is it! And I never realised. Now everyone's teasing me, saying that I'm going there to get my teeth done and get a BBL.
He's going to get his turkey teeth?
Yeah.
When he comes back with lovely glowing teeth, we'll know where he's been.
Yeah.
He's been to Turkey.
And a bum that's up there.
Oh.
But anyway, thank you. Thank you, Zoe. Keep the comments coming through. Oh, and Karen says, I'm going with my brother. Karen, I read out your message earlier on. I forgot that you were going there, and I've got the person you were going with wrong.
It's all going incredibly well.
I do care, and I do take notice, but I read a lot of messages out. I try my very best. I'm getting old.
Oh!
Let's go to Lily for some professionalism.
Straight pack shots left, right, and centre. He can't remember people's names. He can't remember people going to girls like this on. He was about to launch a card at me, so I think we'll get back to nice
Let's go.
crafting.
Let's go.
Card crafting. Okay.
Card
Card crafting with pretty flowers. Back in Lily's sort of crafty, happy place. Purples, florals, all the good stuff. This is what we're going to go in with for our next demo, this gorgeous floral note. So once again, you're getting your 2 separate halves of your die, you're getting your 2 sentiment stamps included as well. I'm going to go for something a little bit different for this demo. So we've taken a piece of our cardstock. I have to confess, I did have a scrap of my Centura pearl single side, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to use the other side because I didn't need the pearlescent sheen for this one. We've got the 2 halves of our die, but we're not actually going to die cut it. What we're going to do is we're going to take our lovely, I have to say I love the colour of our raspberry embossing mat. We're going to take our raspberry embossing mat, we're going to pop our 2 dies down onto our cardstock. I'm going to take them into position. I'm not worrying too much about the sort of spacing of that on there. If it's a little bit crooked, it does not matter at all because we will be cutting it out a little bit later. We're going to take our plastic shim and then we're going to take our second cutting plate over the top, just like so. So it's very similar to our usual cutting sort of plate combination, but we've not got our magnetic sheet in there. Instead, we've got that lovely raspberry shim for our embossing. And with some luck, we're going to remove our plates, just like so. And then we're going to, it always does get quite static, your raspberry plate, so do just bear that in mind. It does sort of stick to things quite easily, but that is no problem whatsoever. And then you can see here, we have got our die, but it's not actually cut through, it's just sort of embossed or imprinted that design onto our cardstock, which is absolutely what we want for this particular technique. Now you could use that on its own, it does look absolutely gorgeous as it is. We're going to do something a little bit different with this one. I was saying earlier how it's completely up to you, sort of how far you want to take these dies. If you want to go super clean and simple like we did for those first couple of demos, then absolutely you can do. But perhaps you've been crafting for many years, perhaps you've got all the pens, all the inks, all those crafty goodies within your stash already. You want to sort of use those and bring those out into these dies, and absolutely you can be doing that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our dusty purple blend. So what we want to do is we want to add some colour into the florals within this design, but I'm not worrying too much if I go slightly outside the lines. So it's a technique that I do quite a lot with our dies. I always like to think of it a little bit like a sort of magic technique. So it starts off looking like not an awful lot, but then you bring in an extra die cut piece and it starts to look a lot more impressive. So we're going in with our dusty purple blend from our Tri-Blend pens. You could be using any alcohol-based pen on here. It could be a Classic Illustrators. That choice is entirely yours, but we just want to start to lay down that colour, start to colour in our florals by laying down that gorgeous purple shade onto that flower in the centre there. It's just going in and starting to colour that up. Then let's bring in our lavender blend. So starting off, as always, with our palest of the 3 colour tones. And we'll just go in with this little flower here. So you can start to pick out all those different florals within the design. You can start to see all those different areas, all the different petals within this gorgeous, I was going to say die cut design, but it's kind of embossed onto our cardstock there. Building up these shades and tones just as we would if we were using a stamp, if we were colouring a stamped image. It's exactly the same sort of thought process, exactly the same sort of technique when you are actually colouring in your embossed or die cut designs like we've got here. And then just going in with our darkest into those areas where there is the most sort of colour, the most depth of shadow. Now all we've done already ahead of time is we've die cut that die twice. We've die cut one from our white cardstock and one from our black linen cardstock. Cardstock I've used for that is actually from the Sarah Signature Wild at Heart A4 linen card pack, which you will find in a little bundle over on the shop today if you wanted to go for that one. And we're going to drop shadow our white piece slightly underneath that black piece, just to give us that little pop of white onto there. And we'll do the same with both pieces here. And this is going to be kind of what we pop over our coloured piece to really start to bring it to life, start to frame it and neaten it up a little bit if you like. So let's pop that onto there. Now it doesn't matter with these ones which one is going to be on the top of your design, which one is going to be on the base. They work both ways, so it gives you lots of different options and scope with these. And then when you bring in your piece that you've coloured, you're going to lay that, you're going to find the right die, because it does help. We'll line that over the top, and can you see that when you've got that lined up, you've got that beautiful colour that just pokes through those pieces, and it gives you that lovely finishing touch. Now just to speed it up a little bit more, I'm going to bring in one that I've already coloured, exactly the same technique. I've just coloured in the florals with this one. I'm not worrying about colouring in all those gaps, all the extra sort of pieces to the design. we just want to add colour to our florals. Then all we're going to do, it does look a little bit messy, I have to say, to start with. We are then going to lay our die cut and drop shadow piece over the top, and then that's going to finish that off beautifully. And we're going to do exactly the same to that other section, that other half of our split space die, where we're popping some of our tacky dotty tape pen even onto the reverse, and then that is going to lay over the top. You can see you've got that little bit of colour just peeping through the centre there. Now all we're going to do is we're just going to cut around the edge using a pair of scissors just to remove the cardstock on the outside. So once again, let's go to that same technique that we were using earlier, that little bit of undercutting, just to make sure we don't have any of that white border showing around the edge of that design there. So you can see you've got that one half just like so. And then let's go in with the other half, that second section of our lovely split space die, just making sure that is lined up perfectly, just like so. And we're just going to take our scissors, sliding them underneath that design a little bit, and angling them as well, so it's going to give us that neatest finish when we are actually cutting around the edge of the design. So we've got none of that white showing around the edges, and that gives us our two beautiful halves of that split space die. A little bit of colouring with our alcohol pens, a little bit of drop shadowing as well, gives you a really nice finish to those two sections. So just a slightly different technique that you can use with your split space dies. Next up, let's bring in a mat and layer, and here I've used some of the papers from our beautiful Meadow Garden paper pad that we brought you just a couple of months ago. And here we've used the reverse, so it's the side which has got a bit more of a muted design, a little bit more subtle onto that reverse, that B side. And all we've done is we've actually popped our sentiment, stamped that sentiment that comes in that matching stamp and die set onto that right hand side, and matting and layer that onto a piece of that same black linen card. Then just to build up our card base, we've taken another sheet of that same pattern paper, but this time using the front side. So we know it's going to coordinate perfectly because it's the same pattern paper, we're just using the different side of that particular sheet. And once again, to keep that design flowing, it's nice to have your mats and layers all coordinating. So here, mat and layering on our black, once again, mat and layering on our black, and it's going to get everything coordinating, everything tying together beautifully to give your finished cards that really nice professional look and feel.
Beautiful.
And then going in with our coral purpose once again, just to layer that onto our card base. I have to say, I absolutely adore these papers. I mean, look at the detail in there. It's just absolutely stunning. All the florals you've got there. I always think it's got a little bit of almost like a Victorian sort of botanic notebook.
Oh yeah, it has got that feel about it actually.
Yeah, you can imagine like all those watercoloured florals, couldn't you? In those sorts of books from days of yore.
From days
of yore.
From days of yore.
I bet you've not heard that expression in
I haven't, no.
In yonks.
I know what you mean though.
Good.
From times gone by.
Times gone by. Well, when I were a lass.
When I were a lass.
Oh dear, right, let's place that onto the centre of that.
Pretty.
Got a nice border, isn't that gorgeous? I mean, I love that technique of using your top layer, that B side of your pattern papers, and then using the layer behind of that A side. I think it just worked absolutely gorgeously. Then we're going to take our two halves of our split space die.
And so she's enjoying this technique because no paper piecing.
I know, it does make it easy, doesn't it?
There's kind of two schools of thought, isn't there? A lot of people who enjoy paper piecing, a lot of people who find it a bit too faffy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit Marmite, isn't it? You love it or you hate it. I think if you're the sort of person who loves to sit down and do a jigsaw, that sort of thing, then it's probably for you. But if you've not got a lot of patience, then don't worry. There's lots of different techniques we can experiment with.
That's it.
Lots of sort of faking it techniques as well, if you like. There's those kind of like faux paper piecing results can just look quite as effective as your regular paper piecing.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, yeah. If you love your paper piecing, then these are going to be ideal. I mean, imagine selective paper piecing on some of those florals. That would look absolutely stunning. But if you've not got the time, or quite frankly, you've not got the inclination, then it's still going to look equally fabulous with your different techniques. Now, I've got that lovely design on the right-hand side there, but you know me, you know I'm always talking about balance. I'm looking at that and it's, let's be honest, it's pretty unbalanced with that card. We've got all the detail on that right-hand side. But this is where we bring in our gorgeous little cherub.
Oh,
so if you go for your
who's in the mystery bag?
It is, yeah. Oh, funny coincidence,
That's
isn't it?
That's a funny coincidence, yeah.
Oh, I must be psychic, plumbing neck. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our gorgeous little cherub, stamped onto some of our cardstock, coloured in using some of our tri-blends, similar colour tones that we actually used. I've popped my foam pad on the wrong side. There we go, let's move that over. Similar different colour tones that we've used for our colouring with our split space die, but it just goes to show that if you've got other stamps, other dies in your crafty stash, or maybe you're going for that fabulous showstopper today with your mystery bag, you can mix and match those alongside the dies as well. So they're definitely dies that are going to sort of slot into your stash really seamlessly and work alongside lots of other crafty goodies you may already have.
That's brilliant. Such a great card, and I love the fact that Lily's obviously incorporated items that you've got within that mystery bag as well. That is lovely, says Karen Hughes. Those papers are lovely. Hi to Deborah Spencer, who joins us from a stormy Texas. And Tracy Kukaka, who says, hello, all my crafty friends. Hello.
Hello.
Hello also to Karen, who says, I sent a card in that my granddaughter made at the weekend. She coloured it in herself, and I helped her measure and stick. She's only 4. But she loves crafting, thanks to Crafter's Companion. Oh, thank you, Karen. If we can dig that one out, we'll potentially show that at some point. And Stephen says, I need to be in the mood for paper piecing. I think if the pieces are bigger, it's fun, isn't it? If you get like pieces which are minute, that's when it can become a bit of a faff, I think, isn't it?
I have to say, I love it. It can sometimes be a little bit unwieldy with my nails.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, with nails, it can be hard to pick things up.
Yeah.
So as long as you've got the tools, as long as you've got your poker tools, your tweezers, if I'm in the mood for paper piece, I could sit all day in paper piece. But sometimes you start one and you think, oh, this is going to be great, I'm going to love this. You get about halfway through and you think, what am I
Why
doing?
did I start?
Why did I do this? I did a sample with the Amazing Flamingos, so it was a bit like that. I was like, oh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? But if you're in the mood, definitely.
And hold and release sheets are good as well, aren't they?
They are very, very good, yeah. And your double-sided adhesive sheets, if you struggle with, your little bits of tacky glue and getting them onto the fine pieces, double-sided adhesive sheets or your Xyron is an absolute godsend.
In the comments then, paper piecing, yay or nay, please?
Ooh, let us know.
Let's have a straw poll. Mary Beth Dawes says, so do I need to be in the mood? So do I. I need to be in the mood. I don't enjoy paper piecing, says Mary Beth Doyle. Lynn says, evening Lily and Ben and all the team. Hello. And also hi to Mary Pat 1000, who says, beautiful card, Lily.
Oh, thank you.
We have another demo with the split space stamp and dies up our sleeves towards the end of the show. Remember, the showstopper option is still available for you. Details on your screen where you get that mystery bag, which includes the cherub stamp and die set. So that's all in there. If you don't want the mystery bag and you just want the collection on its own, that option is available to you. And then, of course, as a lot of people have done, which is fine, it depends where your budget lies, doesn't it, really? If you want to jump in and just grab individuals, then, of course, they're all available individually for you too. So do have a look. Everything there on Shop the Show. And also, whilst you're on the website, don't forget to check out the banner at the top of the page on the home page, tell you all about our buy one get one free on selected stamps and dies, as well as over 103 as of, what time is that, about 1 o'clock this afternoon, so plenty to be choosing from. Just wanted to show you another one of our craft kits. So if you have just joined us, obviously it is launch day part 2, but we did want to highlight some of the deals that we had from our cartload show last week. Very popular, and a lot of people very excited that we had some of our craft kits back. Now, we had box 57, which sold out. Loads of you jumped in and grabbed that, and just as popular right now, box 54 and 55. Now, we showed you box number 54 a little bit earlier on. 55 is the Grande Floral Swirl dies. Now, again, value for money here is incredible. $24.99 or $24.95 is your usual price in this, and as we always talk about, the value is incredible even if you pay that price. If you pay that price of $24.99 or $24.95, that's incredible. Now and again, when we had these, we would do you a saving. So we save you 15% this time around, and then on top of that, we give you your Club Inspire discount too. So if you're platinum, £16 or $16. Now within your box, I don't have them because it's been so long since we've done these boxes. Bits and pieces have gone missing. However, what you are going to get in this set is the ability to be able to make beautiful cards like this, because you're going to get 2 dies in there to create that beautiful floral swirl effect. You're also going to get your stamps in there too. If I turn that over and show you, in fact, the contents that you're getting in here, I've got some of them to show you, but you're getting 2 dies. You're getting a 4-piece stamp set. You're also going to get your organza ribbon in there. 9 lots of the ribbon again in coordinating colours, so you've got the 3 different widths of that. Plus you're going to get your card blanks and envelopes. So these are 6x4. All right. So again, it says in the box you're going to make a minimum of 12. That's only again because of the fact you're getting 12 cards in there. You'll make a lot more if you look after all of your stamps and dies within that set. So that's included. On top of that, you're going to get your mirror card. I love this box, and I remember it for the fact that not very often would we bring you mirror card and also bring you papers and cardstock included in there as well. But that's what we're doing in this box. So you've got actually 6 sheets of your silver mirror card, 6 sheets of your gold mirror card in there as well. On top of that, you're going to get your coloured paper pack and your printed papers, so 12 sheets of each. The papers in here are absolutely stunning, very sort of vintage in their effect, with that sort of the vintage swirls on here, the damask designs on here as well, and the colour palette I think is absolutely beautiful. You've got 6 designs and 2 sheets of each within the box itself, and then of course on top of all of that, we're then going to be giving you the corresponding cardstock as well. So that is double-sided in all of the colours to match up with the beautiful papers, matching up beautifully with the ribbon that you've got in there too. And as I say, you will get your dies and stamps included in there as well. Great opportunity to stock up on this if you've already got it. If you love the papers, maybe you need more of the ribbons and the embellishments. Just a great kind of stash builder as far as this is concerned. But once again, if you're fairly new to crafting and you're looking for a one box wonder where you've got everything, you've got your papers, you've got your embellishments, you've got your stamps, you've got your dies, you've got the coordinating cardstock, then look no further. Great value for money. And when we launched these boxes, of course, the monthly craft kits, we always had Craig on hand to take us through them and give us loads of ideas and loads of demonstrations. So here he is, going back a couple of years or so to Craig, who was doing a video for this box and showing you just one particular project that you could make.
Today, using our brand new craft kit, number 55, all about the Grand Floral Swirl Die craft kit, we're going to be making this lovely and elegant gold 4x6 card. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to take our card blank that comes included. Now I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take our floral swirl die. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this one on, and the top of this swirl, I'm going to touch at that half fold of the card blank, and the bottom I'm going to lay down on the bottom of this card blank, and we're going to do it at a bit of an angle. So what we can then do is come into here. What I want to do is I want to make sure I've got a little space here at the bottom, which will come apparent in a moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my low tack tape to tape down. So I'm going to pop my tape onto this right hand side, because this is going to be what is our waist. So I'm going to bring in my Gemini Junior plates, and we're going to go in base cutting plate. We're going to go in with our plastic, magnetic, and then top plate. And we're going to feed this one up to the Junior. So we're going to feed it up, and then as it goes over, it's going to make that little distinctive noise. So I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to reverse it. Just because it's at an angle, it's going at a length that it doesn't always feel comfortable. So giving it that double cut is just going to make sure it cuts perfectly. So what we can then do is remove our card blank of the way. And then what we can then do is take away our actual die. And then we can take away our actual die cut. Now, at this moment in time, we don't actually need this bit. So pop that into your box. Use another time. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to come in with scissors, and just at the bottom here I'm just going to snip. And then what I'm going to do, down this seam of the card, I'm going to come down to about halfway of that floral swirl. We're going to take that away, and then what we are left with is this very strange looking shape. But this is what we're wanting. So I'm going to set this one to the side for now, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of our gold card that comes included. We're going to take the die, and once again we're going to pop this one on, and we're going to run it through our Gemini. So layering it on, we're using the same plate configuration, popping it through. Now you are getting your 12 sheets of your mirror card, 6 that is silver, 6 that is gold. So it is going to last you a long time because they're 8 by 8 in size. So as this one comes out, what we're then going to do is we're going to take our die, we're going to carefully prise that one off, and then we're going to bring our little pokey tool, and as it is mirror card, the die cut will want to stay in place, so give it a little helping hand, and then we can go in with our die release tool, and we're just going to take any of these little excess bits out. Careful not to bend or break any of the little swirls. So we can then take this last bit out, any little bits that are staying in place, pop them out, which we have got good to go. Then what I'm going to do is I've taken a couple of scrap bits of white multi-purpose card. I'm going to go in either with your tacky or I'm using my dotty tape runner on the 2 florals, just on the florals on the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my dotty adhesive on the back. We're going to give it a really, really good coverage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop our white multi-purpose on the back of one and our white multi-purpose on the back of another. And then at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of time and roughly, not exactly, don't worry about it being neat and tidy on the back, but you are roughly going to cut all the way around. So either follow the actual edges, or what you could do is before you attach this gold layer into place with your adhesive, you could draw around it with your pencil and then fussy cut all the way. So you would carry on going all the way around, and you would do the same with this bottom floral here. That will then give you this look. So we've got our gold swirl and we've got our white layer onto the back. Bring back in that card blank that we have cut, and then from my own stash, little piece of acetate that's also 4x6. I'm going to use my normal tape pen and I'm going to pop my adhesive all over the back. And then when it comes to these little intricate bits, you can jump to your dotty tape runner. We're then going to pop all these bits into place. I'm going to pop my acetate into the back, and then we're going to sandwich that in place. So that's now given me my card blank. We're then going to go back in what we've just cut. And once again, I'm going to go in with my dotty tape runner. You can also at this point use your spray. You can even use your tacky glue. You will just need to leave it quite a considerable amount of time for it to dry on acetate, but it will dry. And then at this point, what we're going to do, because we've got the acetate as a base, we're going to slot it back into place. So if you need to use your pokey tool as a helping hand, you can do, but all that you need to do, press it into place. We open that one up and you can see now how that stays exactly where you need it to be. Set that to the side. I've taken this gorgeous green and I've done a matte layer with that gold that comes included. That pattern paper is just shy of 4x6 and I've given it that little gold border. That one can go into place here. So that's really going to accent that gold swirl that you can see here. And then using our quick dry emerald ink pad, I've stamped especially for you. This is one of 4 sentiments that you within this box. I'm going to set that one to the bottom, and then on top of the acetate, I'm going to go in with one of the bows that I have hand tied, and this is the organza gold that also comes included. We're going to set that one into there, and remember, you've also got 50 of your silver gems, 50 of your gold that you could pop into place. But there we go, a little bit more of a different card, but still using your 4x6 card blanks and the elements that come included with the brand new subscription box number 55, which is all about the grand floral swirl die craft.
Swaddle. They're not brand new now, obviously, but you know you've got a great opportunity to pick this up. A lot of people gone for this one today, and box 54, which you've had as well. You can find them on the Shop the Show page on the website for just £16 or $16. Lots of chat coming in on the subject of paper piecing. Hilary says, I've never done paper piecing. And Zoe says, my favourite box is the paper piecing box. Yes, got to have a go at paper piecing, and I love it. Definitely easier with the hold and release sheets, and you can stop and come back to it. And Margaret says, I love hearing Craig say swaddle. Me too, swaddle. Just to say as well, Karen, you said you sent in a card. If you sent that by email, can you send it again? Because I've just asked the guys to check and we can't find it. You said you sent in a card that your daughter helped you make. Was it your daughter? Granddaughter, rather, who's 4. We can't find it. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk if you want to resend that so we can have a little bit of a look, because I think we have got some other pictures which we'll have a little bit of a sneaky peek at before the end of the show. So any pics, including yours, Karen, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, any pics that we can have a look at, we will do so, and we will squeeze in another demo with the brand new collection. And also, don't forget, whilst you are on the website, check out the buy one get one free page, which is all about the selection of stamps and dies. There's 103 products there for you to have a little bit of a look through. You might find something that you like. We'll meet you back here in about 4 or 5 minutes time. Until then, go and check out your carts. We'll see you in a moment.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set back shots up, then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards, we pick samples to send to maker, we pick to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor match occasionally, not all the time. Make sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning it's really quiet. I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night time. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along, mobile phone, Christina's chicken wrap, Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come in to work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christine, get breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog. Unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Pat Demarest, thank you, who says, I love watching Craig's 2 presentations of those boxes. I'm going to order both of them because I did not have them in my stock. Well, Pat, that is lovely, and I'm glad that Digital Craig was able to show you just how great those boxes are, and it was definitely worthwhile us doing those. Robin says, my mum and I just got back from the Chesterfield store. We had a lovely meal and tea and scone in Dobby's Garden Centre too.
Oh, it is a lovely cafe, I have to say. It's a lovely cafe, yeah. Definitely, I want to spend the whole day out there. Plenty of time in the store, plenty of time in the cafe. Good day out.
What did you have for your meal as well? Feeling a bit hungry, if you can let us know. And we have got a few of your pics to show you in a minute. Should we do that at the end of the show? We'll do it in a mo. The guys are just popping up some pictures. I know, Karen, we've now got your picture, and Lisa Patson, we've got your picture as well. So we'll show those in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, shall we do one final demo?
Shall we?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's feel the love, the crafty love.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to use it just for you with love stamp and die set for this final demonstration. We're going to go back to Lily's favourite colour. We're going to bring in all the beautiful pinks. So let's go in with our fabulous just for you with love stamp and die set. So we're going to take our 2 halves of the die. So as always with these die sets, you're having 2 different halves, so 2 dies in each set, and you are also getting 2 stamps included as well. We're going to take a piece of our linen cardstock, and this is from that Sarah Signature Wild at Heart A4 linen card pack.
It's the bikini dies.
There it is. Shall I cut it that way? There you go.
Yeah.
This is for you. This
There
is
you
for you,
go.
Terry.
Terry, this is for you. Bikini dies.
Especially for you.
Yep.
Especially for you. There you go.
Especially for you.
And then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. Now you'll have seen on all of the demonstrations this evening, I'll be using, of course, my trusty Gemini 2 die cutting machine, but I'll be using my Gemini Junior plates through the machine. These dies being smaller format dies, they will fit through all your sizes of machines, right the way from your Gemini Mini all the way up to your Gemini Pro if you are lucky enough to have that in your crafty stash. So even if you are a beginner, even if maybe you're crafting along with the grandkids and you're using your main sort of A4 larger die cutting machine and they've just got their little mini die cutting machine alongside you, then these are still going to work an absolute treat. We can see here popping all of the details out of this gorgeous die. Look at all the intricacy in there. It's just absolutely stunning. All of those little petals you've got in there, the leaves, all that swirly detail. It's just absolutely beautiful. So let's just take a moment, bring your poker tool in, or you can be using your die brush tool if you find that a little bit easier to pop those pieces out. And you can see there you've got your 2 halves of your die cut just like so. With 1 pass through the machine. How cute is that? It's really sweet. It's going to work perfectly for your smaller size cards, or if you do favour your larger format cards, you can of course be building that up, building up the mats and layers, building up those backgrounds to create your larger format cards. So lots of scope with these gorgeous stamps and dies. Now I've taken actually one of the goodies that you get as part of that fantastic mystery bag, that lovely heart stencil, and we've inked through that using some of our duet ink pads, that one being that gorgeous raspberry ripple. So just positioning our stencil over a piece of multi-purpose card, using one of our finger daubers just to get into all of that intricate detail, and it gives us a lovely background onto there. So once again creating our own background using items that we've got in our crafty stash. And then what we've done is we've actually taken the same stencil once again, but this time we've actually embossed it. So we're actually creating our own embossed cardstock from our fabulous stencils. I was going to say embossing folder, but it's using a stencil as an embossing folder. So it's the same actual plate combination that we used when we were embossing our die that we coloured in earlier. So you're going to have your base cutting plate, then you'll need your rubber pink raspberry shim, then you'll need your stencil with your cardstock next to it, and then on top of that you will need your other cutting plate with your plastic shim. So nice simple plate combination. It's the same as your cutting plate combination, the only difference is you just swap out your magnetic for your raspberry embossing shim. And that gives you that lovely, really subtle design onto the background. Can't quite see, you can just see there. If you want to pick out that detail even more, you can go in with your inks and actually highlight that embossed detail. And you can also use the debossed detail as well if you so prefer. So a 2-for-1 with that one. I'm going to place our next layer over the top. So let's bring in some of our foam tape just to lift this proud from that base layer. And it's going to get that sort of drop shadow underneath this layer, and it's going to add that extra bit of depth, that extra bit of interest with our foam tape onto the back of there. Always good to have an extra piece into the centre just to make sure that you've got that nice and sturdy onto there. It's not going to dip or sag in the middle, which is going to be absolutely perfect onto that. And that's all of our lovely mats and layers done and good to go. Now if we take our die cuts that we have just run through our machine with that lovely raspberry cardstock and we lay that over the top, it gets a little bit lost. Ben wants me to do this. Go on then.
I'm only laughing
there
because I was just about to say, genuinely, you've put that on upside down. But obviously you haven't. I've got a bikini in my mind.
Oh dear, what can I say? Say no words. So if we lay that over the top of there just like so, it gets a little bit lost. The beautiful detail of that die sort of moulds and sinks into the background a little bit more. So what we've gone ahead and done is I've taken my 2 die cuts and I've just popped a little bit of vellum over the top, and look at the difference there. By just adding that vellum, we can still see some of that design in the background, so it's a little bit more subtle than adding white cardstock, but look at the difference there. That just pops off the page an awful lot more, which I absolutely love. So we've done the same to the top and we have done the same to the bikini bottom, so to speak. There we go.
Bikini bottom?
Yep.
SpongeBob SquarePants, isn't that?
Yeah, oh yeah, it is, isn't it? That's where he lives in.
He lives in a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants.
All we've done is we've also stamped our sentiment onto a piece of white cardstock. We've matched and layered onto some of that same lovely raspberry linen cardstock, and that's going to be going into the centre of our two halves of our heart. So let's just lay that down with some of our foam tape onto there just like so. And then we're going to take some of our tape run. I'm going to use a dotted tape pen just so that it's not really visible behind the vellum there. It's about 130 GSM vellum that we've used.
Everyone's talking about bikinis in the comments. Anne says once you've seen it, it can't be unseen.
It is
Margaret
very true. It's
says,
very true, yeah.
Dang, now I can't unsee the bikini. Hey, listen, it's a lovely die set that you can use for maybe your Enchanted Ocean collection as well. Just make it bikini-ish.
Yeah. I mean, it's multi-use.
Just saying.
Multi-use. Absolutely. Oh dear, what have you started?
What have we done, eh?
What have we done? Just a very innocent accident. Oh yes, a likely story.
It was an accident. All the boards were falling apart this morning for some reason.
Blame it on the boards, do we? Blame it on the boards. You've heard of blame it on the boogie. This is blame it on the boards.
Blame it on the boards.
You know.
Blame it on the boards.
Poor old boards. What have they ever done to you apart from fall
apart on live TV? Cheers, boards.
Well, you know, they've not done too much. Just falling apart. Just forget about that. Move on. Swiftly move on.
Move on.
Right. Popped our heart onto the centre there. Doesn't it work beautifully with that heart stencil that you're getting as part of that mystery bag? Then all we've done here is we've die cut some of our florals. This is, I have to say, my latest obsession is the Floral Creations stamp and die set. I believe it came back into stock just the other week.
A couple of weeks back.
Let's hope it's still back in stock.
It was still in stock on Thursday or Friday because Debbie was talking about it and she didn't realise it was back in stock.
Ooh.
And then she got very excited about that and something else which was back in stock that she didn't know about either. What was the other thing? Oh, more Wild at Heart pads, that was it.
Well, we do have some of the Wild at Heart pads
on the shop on the show, yeah.
Yeah, it's still in stock.
Floral Creations in stock.
Yeah, so if you want to create your fabulous little floral arrangements like we're doing here, you're going to need to go for that floral creations. And the fab thing about that, it's not just about the dyes, you actually get some sentiment stamps as well, which are absolutely fabulous, of course, to use alongside the flowers, but you can use them with lots of other elements in your stash as well, which I think is fabulous. So we're going in with our tacky glue. I tend to use my tacky glue when I'm doing my little floral arrangements. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room so you can start to manoeuvre that into position if you're not happy with where you've popped that to start with. And I've just taken some of the leaves, I've taken some of the florals, so all layering it together, giving us that lovely finishing touch to our card here. So it can be really lovely, pretty and girly, lots of flowers on there, our leaves, all those little finishing touches just to bring that together. Of course, with your tacky glue, do just give it a few moments to grab. It's not completely instant, you do just need to wait a few moments, hold that into position, but once it has stuck down, you know it's going to be stuck down nice and firm. And it's got that long lasting grab onto any of your cardstocks. So here, using some of our linen cardstock to cut our leaves out. Once again, that green linen, same as your raspberry linen, was actually from that Wild at Heart A4 linen card back. So if you're going for that over on the shop the day, you will get the green as well as that gorgeous raspberry colour. Let's just pop that into there. And all we're doing with our foliage is we're sort of grounding our flowers. We're adding more detail, more interest to them, adding in that extra tone by bringing in the green, and we're kind of framing that beautiful heart design. So we've got our leaves almost like hugging around the perimeter of that, which I think draws your eye in perfectly to the centre where you've got that beautiful stamped sentiment in the middle. And I have to say, this is one of the things I love when I'm crafting. I love doing all the flowers, all the floral arrangements, bringing in your leaves, sort of titivating it, playing around with it until you're happy with that arrangement, until you're happy with that finishing result that you've got. With your make, whether it's a card like we're doing here, maybe this could be a piece of home decor you could have like this on a wall plaque, it could be on the top of a box. Lots and lots of different options as to how you can use these dies, but just showing here how you can use it alongside other elements within your stash, your floral dies, your beautiful stencils as well. If you're going for that showstopper, of course, you will be getting your heart stencil as well, so if you've not already got that, then that's going to be perfect. It's going to work absolutely beautifully alongside these dies that you're getting with your brand new split space dies. And I think just one finishing touch, I always like to have something into the middle of our flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece, going to get a little bit of my glitter glue, just making sure, always a good idea with anything like this, any sort of glitter glue, just to test it on a piece of scrap first on the back of the leaf, as you do, just to make sure that you've got that flow and you've got that glitter flowing at the right sort of rate. Let's pop a couple of little almost like faux gems into the middle of there. That will dry and it'll become a little bit more sparkly as it dries as well. That gives you that lovely finishing touch. Actually, really quite a simple design there with that display, but bringing in some of your flowers, bringing in some of your stencils. How pretty these split space dies. I just absolutely love them. I think they're one of those that you're going to be using time and time again to sort of revitalise some of your older crafty goodies, as well as use them independently to create the most gorgeous show-stopping makes. I just think they are absolutely stunning.
Yeah, they are brilliant, and you guys have absolutely loved them today as well. I'll do a final recap for you as far as the bundle's concerned. Another beautiful card, Lily says Lynn. Zoe says, it was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny polka dot bikini. Yes, it was.
Floral print.
Floral print bikini. The bikini version would make adorable summer cards, says Mary Pat. Exactly my point. You know, you laugh and you go, oh, what a clown that guy is. But you're thinking about it now, aren't you? I know you are. Terry says the florals are in stock. I just saw them. Thought about getting another set to speed cut flowers. I mean, that is an option. That is a good idea.
That is a good idea. That's really good. Because I use them day in, day out, and quite often I'll be multiple cutting flowers. It's rare that I'll have just one flower or one leaf. So that might be tomorrow's purchase.
Whilst they're there, it's worth thinking about. Jessica says, what a wonderful card. And Beth Metzger says, lovely card made by lovely Lily.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to do pictures or recap? Pictures! Picture gallery time. Oh, I love this.
That's a stunner.
Gina Henshaw.
Look at that.
I always have to come round and see these up close and personal.
He has to get his old spectacles on, his binoculars. His eyes are not bad, he's so old.
Eyes are gone. I'm not getting my eyes done whilst I'm in Turkey.
Luminette could come back with anything.
Eyes, teeth, bum.
Gonna be a whole new man, quite literally.
I absolutely love that, and you've used so many of the different elements from that collection, Gina, and that beautiful embossing folder in the background as well. That's incredible. I absolutely love that. Thank you for sending it in, Gina.
That would make a great Father's Day card, that wouldn't it?
It really would, actually, and that's obviously not too long away now, is it, as we head into June? Now, Mary has done a painting. Wow.
Good grief. Wow.
A fish out of water there,
That is
literally.
incredible. That looks like watercolours, doesn't it?
I think that is
Amazing.
incredible. Hang on a minute. This is Mary's painting. Mary, that is incredible. Super talented, that. Absolutely love it. Now, the next picture you're about to see in just a second is just so cute. So Karen has been crafting with her granddaughter, who's
That is
4.
brilliant. Wow.
She's called Eleanor. How much do we love that, Lily?
That is absolutely stunning. I love those stamps. Animals with attitude. That is just absolutely brilliant. I can't believe she's done that at 4.
Yeah.
Blimey, she's stayed in the lines pretty well. I think we've got a little craft from our hands there.
We
that's
have.
for sure.
Karen's saying she's into crafting, obviously thanks to us here at Crafters Companion. I'm loving the colour choice for the giraffes as well.
too.
I've got to tell you.
Love it.
That
Neon Dreams as well in the background. Love a bit of Neon Dreams.
Yeah, excellent. I love that. Well done, Eleanor, and well done, Karen. Lisa Parkinson, look at this with
That's
the
a stunner,
enchanted
isn't it?
ocean.
Lummy neck.
Just trying to read.
that.
Oh, there's a little message behind there as well. That is incredible. Thank you, everyone, for sending those in. We absolutely love seeing what you guys have been up to. Always a pleasure sharing all of your makes. And, of course, when you send them in, you inspire us and inspire everybody else as well. Beautiful, says Fiona. Thank you for the inspiration. And what another great show. Quickly, because we're almost out of time, I'm going to tell you what's coming up tomorrow. This is the full collection again there for you. So this is the split space stamp and die set. That's your heart, or it could be your bikini, depending on how you look at it. But depends how you feel and what particular project you're looking to make. But you've got options there, that's the good thing. And all of these give you the opportunity to use the stamps that come with them, to use the just for you could be within this one, the birthday wishes could be within the heart. But you've obviously got loads of other stamp sentiments, things like the Just to Say collection would work perfectly with these. But hopefully you've seen over the course of the earlier show, and certainly in this show as well, that you have got a lot of craftability with these. And I said it earlier, I'll say it again, I think it's really nice that you see our guys kind of crafting with these the way they were designed to be crafted with, but then you get loads of other ideas as well, so that you get the very best out of all of the collections that we bring to you. 10-piece showstopper, of course, comes with your mystery bag. The mystery bag is, an extra £10 or $15, but actually it's £40 or $56 worth of content. And again, what's been nice in this show is that if you go for the showstopper, you'll be able to recreate Lily's demos with these 2 items, which are both in that mystery bag, alongside the beautiful wreath from the Wildflower collection, the Mediterranean window stamp set from the Mediterranean Dreams collection, and of course the beautiful Moon and Stars 3D embossing folder and die set. So that is £48 or $62.40. A lot of people have gone for the showstopper. You also have the option just to go for the collection on its own. And indeed, if you just want to go for individuals, you can do that too. It's all there on the Shop the Show page of the website. We're just about done and dusted, Lily. Thank you so much. Have you got a date when you're next back in here? I know you're busy.
Yeah, I'm next week, Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, busy. I'm on the other side Monday. It's me and Debbie Robinson next Monday, and then next Tuesday, so a week today, I'm back on this side. Got some exciting shows coming up. Really looking forward to that. So I hope you can join me next week. And I've got quite a busy June for shows. So you'll see me. Some guys at home might be like, oh my gosh, no more. But you'll see me a little bit more on this side come next month.
Going to be amazing. I'm back, of course, with you tomorrow. Sheena is in town. We've got a Colour Me Happy show at midday. That is ink pads. That's a 1-hour show. Then we've got a 1-hour craft vault coming your way at 3 o'clock. Sheena's picks. I mean, so goodness only knows what's going to be in the craft vault tomorrow. And then we've also got a masterclass with the tropical collection. So we're going all very tropical. I might have to wear a Hawaiian shirt tomorrow then, do you think? Oh, we'll have to get the parrot out again as well. The parrot will have to come out, the blow-up parrot. Where has he gone? Oh, he's in Unit 3.
Gone on a summer holiday
Oh,
to
okay.
Unit 3.
Mm-hmm. It's always sunny in Unit 3. Thank you so much, everybody, for a fantastic day. Really enjoyed your company again. Loved all of the comments as per, and always love it when you guys send in the pictures as well. So thank you for doing that. Massive thank you to all of the team. Thank you to, who did we have on the socials earlier? I think, was it Rachel? Rachel, thank you to Susie. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to Lily. Thank you to Debbie. Thank you also to Nicola and Jamie, and thank you to you guys as well for a fantastic day. Don't forget to check out your baskets, and also if you haven't yet had a nose on the website, make sure you have a look at the buy one get one free section of the stamps and dies, because there are some brilliant deals to be had right there, and they are available for you just for today and tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, whatever you're doing, and we will meet you back here tomorrow for more fun. Until then, bye for now.
Goodbye.